Okay, welcome back to the action here at the Battle of the Nile. Playing Flying Colors GMT game here for the Battle of the Nile. We are up to turn 7. I'll come over here and just show you that. Right there, we're up to turn 7, the end of turn 7. And the situation looking more and more dire for the French, at least in the front of the vanguard of the fleet. We can see here the first 3 ships, the Guerriere, Conquerant, and Spartake. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Terrible pronunciation, I apologize. Those 3 ships have all 3 been captured, and we can see it on their cards right there. They've been beat up pretty bad. We can see hull hits. Conquerant has been reduced to its damage side and also has 9 more. There's a threat of that. Well, there was a threat of that being struck, but now they've been captured, so that threat is gone. We take a look at the Gruyere, captured, again damaged, and still floating pretty well. And then the Spartake is at 13 as well. They're damaged too. So it's pretty rough looking here for the front end of the French fleet. The British are getting their full line up here. We've got both Nelson moving up and Tramaritz right here coming forward. We do have a couple situations here I will point out right here. One is the fact that the Orion right here, flagship of Samartz, is about to collide with the Zealous because he only has 3 movement points. Where's the Orion? Here it is right here. You can see they actually are up to 5 rigging hits. That means they've lost a mast on there. And so consequently they can't move as fast. They've only got 3 movement points, and no matter what, you're going to run into something over there. They can't clear these ships. So they're going to have to do a collision check over here. Luckily, the Goliath and the Zealous are both grappled or anchored on there, so they won't run into anything, but he's got some problems over here. On the other side, Nelson is forming up his squadron fairly nicely here. He'll be able to have all of these ships right along here, including the Thesaurus, all in his squadron, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So up to here, the Leelander will fall out of command along with those 2 back here. There we go. So they will be out of command for the next turn. Okay, but his fleet's forming up nicely to go against the trailing end of the vanguard and into the center of the French line. Debris over here still has his force there, still anchored, trying to hold out as much as possible, but we could see how well the anchoring did over here. They were able to get some hits on them, but again, they weren't prepared. Now these guys are prepared, so they'll get some initial shots on there and start wearing them out. So we'll see how that goes. Now, the one change from the historical perspective is this down here. We've actually got Villeneuve, actually moving out. They raised their anchors and they have moved out, trying to get some breeze. They may go to full sail this next turn so they can get some breeze, because they're right now, if I look at the weather gauge for this, because the weather hasn't changed, their weather gauge is still in a beating mode, which means they've only got 2 movement points. If I go to full sail, they've got 3 movement points, which can help them, because their tactic is going to be try to get out here a bit and then tack out here a bit and then tack back to try to double Nelson's line. It's a tough proposition, but we'll give it a try. You know, that's what these games are all about. They've got 4 ships to do that, as well as a frigate. Now, typically the frigate will not engage would not engage a bigger ship, but if the situation arises in this desperate situation, it may engage. Same thing with these frigates over here as well. Most likely they will be lost though with this. So as I said, it's a pretty dire situation because back over here the British have a total of, well, they've got 6 points there. This guy's been captured here too. There's another 12 points, so 12, 12. And then this is another 6 points. Yeah, 6 points. So you've got basically 36 victory points right there to 0 for the French at the moment. Okay, not to say that the French can't accumulate some. They have some significant damage to the rigging. Zealous has lost a mast. Orion has lost a mast, and the Theseus has lost a mast there as well. Hull damage is minimal for the British, as the French have been targeting the rigging to try to slow them down. So, as I said, we're on turn 7 of 30 turns. Unfortunately, the Cullen is out of action. That's the one way up there. They'll be out of action because they're run aground, much the same historical perspective. And there's a wide view of the map. So, like I said, this is the end of turn 7. Stay tuned for the next batch of turns. Probably go up into the teens, maybe 11, 12, 13, somewhere in that area before I do the next video. And kind of go from there. So, hopefully you're enjoying. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.